we here with Boomerdidit. I don't know which one you want to go by because, I mean, at one point you went just by Boomer, and then it went to Boomerdidit. It was Boom. We ain't gonna go down all the names, different names, because I've been there since the beginning. If y'all don't know, I'm his little sister, Lenee Caters, Journey with Kyrie, Rizzle,
let him know.
Whatever you want to call me, but
y'all know who did it.
Lil Sis did it today. We gonna get into Need I Say More? Cause
that's where you want to start at.
Yeah, I feel like we gonna get into the current first. Then we gonna reflect on the past and how far we came. Cause man, I ain't never think we gonna be up here with 3 cameras and we got this high tech direct. Oh man, you used to be on that little. I don't even know what kind of camera. You remember what kind of camera it was?
I done had so many cameras. I always had a camera. That mess is crazy. Since me and Keontae was like 6, 7, we had a black and white.
Yeah, y'all had the thing with pops.
I still got that camera too. I just found that camera when I was looking for my class ring.
Oh, you sure do got that same camera
on me. It's like an RCA or something. But what about Need I Say More?
So with this project, what was different with your process with this project versus all your last projects?
The process pretty much was the same. Like as far as the way that I structured and my sequencing, it's like the storyline, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a theme. The theme is Need I Say More. The storyline is like the songs. Like if you really listen to the songs and pay attention to what I'm talking about, the content.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory. Yeah, it's self-explanatory.
I mean, it go with the title, Need I Say More? Because once you listening to it, it's like...
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, you don't really got to say... you don't really got to say nothing else.
Yeah, but, I mean, some of these songs was supposed to be on the project I was doing called PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like at the time, PTSD was just a little bit too dark. Although a lot of people may be able to relate to it, but
I feel like we gotta. It's enough dark music out there right now.
Yeah, so I kind of try to.
I think it was a perfect timing to put it out, especially with the state of social media right now.
Yeah, I stick to my West little swang and all that, but I try to do some of that and mix it in a little bit with today. Like Go Get It is one of them today type of songs. I think will fit in the format.
So when you was putting the track list together, when you was ordering the songs, when you was just thinking about the different things that you were saying in the music, what did you want people to feel like when they heard the project?
That's a good question. I just want people to feel like if you listen to music and it don't move you,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So if it move you, that I did my job. Now, if you capture something and learn something or relate to something, or then it's like that's a plus, you know what I'm saying? But as long as it's moving, you know what I'm saying? That means it's doing something. There's some type of impact there.
Because I feel like a lot of today's music, it really, you be listening to it, it got a catchy beat, it's catchy words, and you might be singing it all day, but then you like, I ain't talking about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing.
Hey, I just did that. I was remixing Boombox, and it's a certain song. It's a couple songs on there. I'm like, nigga, just rapping. I want to like.
Man, but when I go back and listen to it though, I'll be like, man, this dude at that time when it came out, I'm like, man, this my brother. I was listening to Fall For Your Type the other day. I'm like, man, I'm like, yeah, this was one of them songs I was playing back then. So from that project to this project now, how do you feel like you progressed? In general, in music, production.
One thing, my production back then, it's some beats I'd be like, I don't know what I was on, like creativity wise, but then a lot of that stuff back then was overproduced. Like I had
too many sounds.
Yeah. But that was just me vibing out. Now I understand space. I think a little bit more. I understand that every sound needs every sound has its place to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like pieces to the puzzle. The voice got to be somewhere. The drums need to be somewhere. Everybody got to have their respective space. So I try to keep that in mind. I also try to keep in mind like arrangement. Although some of the stuff be like redundant with a continuous beat, but it's rap.
Yeah.
So in rap, you don't hear too many bridges and all that type of stuff. But I look forward to like starting to bring that type of stuff back to rap. You know, even though it's probably being done somewhere, but in my music, I look forward to like moving forward. I look forward to bringing more like bridges, and we bringing the 3-minute songs back. You know, 3 verses.
Yeah, it's a lot of 2-minute, 1-minute songs.
We gonna vibe, yeah.
I missed the 5, 4, 6, even 7-minute songs.
Yeah, I'm not doing that long.
You're not doing the 7-minute song. You're not gonna go in there and shout out the whole fam, and you ain't gonna do a whole.
You know how long it is? It's gonna be 15, 20 minutes. Talking about the whole fam.
Not the whole, but you know, people get on there saying.
I'm like, all right, pause, hold on. Hey man, what's your name?
Not the
all
whole,
right,
yeah. Punching in, saying everybody, yeah, my cousin from down here. Nah, we ain't got time for that. But so let's talk about what song we gonna talk about? Let's talk about Mic Check. I want to talk about the end of Mic Check. Because I had to listen to that song like 4 times back to back one day. I'm in the car, I'm listening to it. I'm like, all right, he's saying something. But the first time I heard it, I'm like, that's my brother. He's saying something right. Then the second time I'm listening to it, I was in a whole nother zone. So I'm listening to it. I'm like, I low-key forgot it was my brother. I'm like, hold on. I have to rewind it back. At that last part, I'm gonna get into something you say. Oh, okay. You this is one of my favorite parts. You said right here. You talking about the persevering when cats sleep. It's a doggy world. You see it in 3D. That was a bar right there. And I don't know if everybody caught that, even the whole part at the end of Mic Check. I don't know if anybody really.
You talking about like the rap?
Yeah, everything you said at the end of Mic Check.
That song is a statement, and that's why I opened it up like that.
Very much
first,
so.
It's like the opener, like boom, you step on stage and this thing gone. Woo, woo.
Y'all gonna hear what I got to say
Mic check
today.
1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like everything I'm talking about is like things that I've been through over the years, piled up, and you know, like I said, it was supposed to be PTSD, but some songs didn't make it. Some songs I went and created afterwards and structured it out. Mic Check is definitely a statement, though. That's like you know, it's just like listen up. You know what I'm saying?
The divine apparatus.
Yeah.
That's what you said in that song.
That's what stuck out to you?
Yeah, I'm like, man.
Well, I said Boomerdidit, but homie, I'm still a student with it.
I was like,
independent,
man.
Not worried about a foolish critic. Tutelage, I could guide you on how to do it different. If you ignorant, elevate you into a new position.
I could even tell you the definition of tutelage. I know it sounded good.
I believe tutelage is like guiding, like a guide to give you guidance. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments and do whatever.
It sounded good in the song, though. When I heard it, I said, man,
I feel
educated.
No, but look, check it out. This one thing, if you pay attention to like what I rap and I say a word like that and you don't know what it means, what I usually do
context clues.
No, what I usually do is tell you the definition right after.
Yeah.
That's why I said tutelage. I can guide you on how to do it different.
But I didn't catch that.
People hear the word and they be like, I don't know what that means.
That's why I said I had to run it back like 4 times to catch that. I'm like,
yeah, I do that a lot. It come natural. Like I be like,
man,
it be words. I be like, yeah, okay, that's hard, but it still makes sense.
Let's see. Can you talk about the longevity in the music industry? Period, from producing to doing videos, engineering, doing your own music, producing for other people.
Longevity. I mean, I'm still working my way to longevity. You know,
you think so?
The music definitely has to outlast me to have longevity. Or I mean, it's. But
don't you feel like you create timeless music?
That's the goal. That's definitely the goal.
I think
my music has lasted, like, yeah, definitely, because some of the stuff I'm doing now or some of the stuff that people's getting to hear now it's from a decade ago.
Yeah.
As people still catching up. So yeah, it's timeless. It's definitely timeless because it's an authentic approach. It's not like I'm trying to copy and be somebody else. Every once in a while, I might step out and just play around, try something, and sing or change my flow up. But for the most part, I think that just coming being like persistent. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of what's going on, regardless of what I go through, regardless, I'm still gonna keep mashing on the gas. Sometimes nigga might get the transmission might slip, might backfire. Might backfire, but you know what I'm saying? You still on the gas, you know what I'm saying? Gonna pull over a little, fix it up, whatever, change spark plugs, get back, keep it pushing. And that's one thing about longevity with me. Like, be it the music, whatever I'm doing, it's always gonna be me being persistent through it because I know that it's a higher power and a higher purpose, a greater purpose for me doing what I'm doing. I could have been, I could have been a whole different route.
A lot of us. I'm glad that you got something that you could stick to and be authentic to, because a lot of people doing music is not even authentic to them. They don't really care about the music. They don't care about the craft. They just doing music because they feel like it's a way out. So for you, have you ever felt like music is gonna be my way out of whatever it is, or is it just something that I'm gonna keep doing this because this is what I love and I want somebody else to see my love for the music?
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie and say that I haven't thought about this is gonna be my way out. But overall, music has always been an outlet for me. Like, not just my way out. It's always been a way for me to express myself. I'm really still learning to open up and communicate clearly and all that. Like, so for me, music has been that forever. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid. Since before you was born, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was writing raps at 6 years old.
And I remember we had that.
I didn't know how to count bars, but I was just writing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember the Blues Clues beat. You had the L.
That's the first thing I learned how to sample. When I first learned how to sample.
He done sampled every cartoon that is out there.
I sampled
These
Blues
kids probably
Clues.
don't even know what Blues Clues is today.
Blues Clues, Flintstones, Pinky and the Brain.
You play some of them beats, them kids ain't gonna know what cartoon it is.
And that was FL Studio like 7, 6 or something like that.
You taught me how to make beats on that.
That's crazy.
Probably did. I probably was like 10, maybe, if so.
That's crazy.
How was it to collab with Second to None on this project?
Funny. That was the actual last song. Like that song almost didn't make the cut. But I needed I had 2 other songs that was originally on Need I Say More. And as I'm playing and listening back, I listened, played in the car, listened to my headphones. I'm like, this go, but it's missing something. So I'm like, damn, I need something else. And then I think that's where Maintain. I forgot what I got so much music. I'll be forgetting like it's Mic Check, Maintain, and I forgot what came after Maintain.
It's the song with Second to None.
Till I'm Gone. Yeah, okay. So Till I'm Gone and Need I Say More, the actual song, them 2 wasn't on there. It was 2 other songs. Like I did Need I Say More, the song, and that's what sparked this EP. Because I'm like, okay, there, boom. I had PTSD, but it's like now I can do this. Now this give me a kind of out to where I ain't have to be so dark, but I'm still expressing some of the same
stuff, but in a different manner.
In a lighter mood, you know what I'm saying? So, working with Second to None, though, I realized that I ain't really never had a song with both of them. Like, we done been on songs together, but it'd be like featuring the homies or, everybody. It's a team song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when I did that beat, and it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and I did them drums, I'm like, I gotta get them on this. So I called. No, I think I just emailed them the beat one night, and D hit me back. He was like, "Yeah, I like that. I'm start writing." So D came and laid his verse, and and then Pops, Pops was writing all that. Pops, it's be a lot going on. So Pops finished his verse probably like I was mixing in there. I was mixing it down to the last seconds before I had to upload it to get it out on time. And he came and finished his verse like an hour before that time. I just mixed it in, and that's what y'all got.
So so that song was on the hour mixing deadline before you even for it to be that it came out cool.
I appreciate it because then I had went back like all the end part, all that wasn't in there. I wasn't like wasn't no talk box on it. Wasn't on that.
Oh, you had went back and did all that.
I did all that within that from him finishing his verse. From him finishing his verse and all that. Hold on, we're gonna take a little pause break. I'm gonna pick it back up because I'm gonna make an edit. Okay. So from him like finishing his verse within that like hour period, he finished his verse and him and the homie left, and I went straight to it. I'm like, damn, this needs something else. Talk about I need to practice. I need but I did what I did, and within that hour, mixed the rest of the song, added the extra stuff in at the end, and it came to be what y'all got.
All right, we're gonna get into one of my favorite songs on the project. I'll be calling the song blah. Hey. Man, before I got off social media, this was my favorite song on social media. Every time I seen something that just didn't blah. Calling my blah. Why are you calling my? It just every time somebody. Why are you calling my phone? It just go right there. Y'all probably can still go on my Instagram and see my challenge I did to it.
TikTok reel, whatever.
Yeah, my
whatever
little TikTok reel I did to it. When you was making that song, was social media geared? Scrolling down one day, did you just scrolling like, man, I'm about to make a song about this?
That song is actually a couple years old.
Oh,
so whatever. What? I think it was at a time I had got into it with somebody, one of these girls, and why you laughing?
One of these girls,
for real though. And she tried to like go big on me, like you lucky this and this and that, and
it was some
it was that on top of dealing with little bull crap, and
it's not your concern.
Yeah, people calling me talking about this and that. I'm like, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So I started doing that beat, and then that just came out. Honestly, I don't know. And then that block part came. It was just like I need something like the people could say. Like if I was performing this, some block. You know what I'm saying? So that came like that.
Catchy.
Yeah,
I'm catching myself.
But it's still block. It's still relatable and real. You know what I'm saying? So
most definitely, that was one of those songs. I was like, perfect timing, perfect timing. Because man, every day, why are you calling my phone? Leave me alone. Not my concern.
Yeah, not my concern. A lot of people be calling that song block.
Yeah, it's that part of the song. It's real catchy. Subliminal. So we ain't doing no subliminals.
Nuh-uh.
So if we ain't doing no subliminals, let's see what was said on that song. Let me.
A lot was said on that song. It was simple, but it was impactful. It was meaningful.
Can you break down some of the things you said on that song and just kind of go more into the? I don't really feel like you need to go into the background of it. Honestly, though.
The background of it is adults out there. Y'all need to be blunt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be talking indirectly. Don't be trying to come in the room and saying stuff to try to give hints. Women, if you like somebody, say you like them. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid to express your emotions. Like, I can't read minds. For one, it's like that song is in two parts. That's why I speak about the niggas and the women. The women's side of it is like, how I'm supposed to know you feeling me? Or how I'm supposed to know you not feeling me if you don't tell me something?
Said, closed mouths don't get fed.
Or how I'm supposed to know I'm making you feel a certain way. Don't send no subliminals. Don't be doing stuff to make me, he didn't get it. Like, if you want it, let me know you want it. and all that. You feel me? I got it. Hey, but then on the flip side, on the male's perspective, it's like being around and hearing like little snickering, like somebody is trying to make a joke out of something, and like I know you talking about me, but I'm not finna bite into it.
Yeah.
And then for everybody, it's like grow up.
Yeah.
On social media, posting memes and
that's why I got off
subbing people like that. I'm like, this.
I call myself subbing people. I call people subbing.
We all did it. We all did
guilty.
it. But the song is just like the song is a reminder for me. It's like, and ain't no need for subliminals. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, we should be able to communicate with each other. If we feel a certain way,
be accountable.
I ain't like how you made me feel. I didn't like how that was said. Like, what you mean by that? Without being aggressive and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. All the emotions. It's about being more logical and less emotional. Emotional sometimes, because sometimes emotions and the way you feel, it could get in the way of your communication, and that's a big thing. You start subbing, you and your feelings. Now you subbing about, and you done offended somebody you ain't even mean to offend. Now you talk, but if the
shoe fit, if the shoe fits. And so much get misconstrued through social media and text messages. That's where it'd be like clarity and discernment. I'll be thankful for, you know what I'm saying? Cause
for sure.
It's crazy out here.
Well, let's see. Is it any songs that we maintain? You talk about maintain. How do you maintain?
I wake up in the morning, thank God, brush my teeth. Might hit the streets, so I might make some beats. Might go in the refrigerator, find me something to eat.
Man, I hope y'all doing number 2 out there, though, because some of y'all too damn old not to be brushing y'all teeth every day.
Yeah. Brush your teeth in your tongue.
Sides.
Scrape your tongue, use some floss, and water flosser.
Let me tell y'all about Boomer. He is the only man I know that's gonna pull out his pocket. You gonna think it's a tissue. You gonna think it's a wallet. You gonna think it's a lighter. Nah, he got what? Toothpicks. He either got a toothpick or he got a floss pick. That's one thing you stay with there.
I got that water flosser now. That about do wonders. I'll be like, damn.
Yeah, they do got some new high tech. This.
But when I be out there, I use a with floss picks.
Keep them on.
With the double string, the double string gonna make sure. You be like, damn, I didn't know that was up in there.
Talking to people, all that old food in your mouth, just nasty. But yeah, we was talking about maintaining.
How do you maintain?
Lately, I've been maintaining meditation, breathing, just taking deep breaths, counting to 10. People just sitting and appreciating nature. Sometimes life be moving so fast we don't even take time to sit and be like, all right, let me just take this moment in. Let me just be and breathe in this fresh air. All right, everything is going. Let me just be still. Man. Some of us don't know how to be still, and that's why we always caught up in what the world got going on and not what we got going on, because you worried about things that's not your concern.
On the real.
You can't worry about things you can't control. You only could control your actions and how you react to stuff. So
yeah,
I think you said a lot of that in the EP though.
And that'd be my point. That's exactly why the title is what it is.
Need I say more? Because it's like, what more do I have to say for y'all to understand anything? My position in the game.
Understand. Go ahead.
My position in the game. My position in the streets. If it is in the streets, it don't matter. It's not my concern. My position just being a man. My position being Boomer. It's like, I don't need to say nothing else. This all I gotta say. I don't. If I don't put out a project in 2 more years, y'all could go back to this and be like, all right, he said what he had to say in this project. He did what he had to do in this project. And I think that that's something that where I'm gonna play this specific EP back in like 10 years. I'm gonna be like, this was a good project.
And that speaks to longevity.
This is something that I feel like I could play in 10 years, and it's going to apply to whatever I might be going through in 10 years. And I'll be like, man, I feel this.
You know what else? Going back to that longevity, you know what else I feel like is a vital part of that? of actually accomplishing longevity is being authentic to yourself.
Most definitely.
Like a lot of my music that you hear is either some of this stuff like people would think I talk about somebody. They'll be thinking I'm talking about somebody, and it's really be like guidelines for myself or reminders for myself. So when I go back and listen, I'll be like, all right, get back on track. All right, all right, nigga, you know. Sometimes you gotta pull your own coattail, be like, nah, nigga, just accountability, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
me too. Sometimes when I be getting caught up in other people's stuff, I get distracted. I'm like, man, they ain't got... All right, let me play Not My Concern to get back on track because this not my concern.
And just like how you can relate, that's like, this is my real life. So somebody else might be going through this. Exactly. Somebody across the world, somebody across the country, somebody down the street, around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing I love about music, that it could be recorded 100 years ago, 50 years ago. It might have a different sound. It might have a different tempo, but it can still touch somebody across the world from a different culture, different religion, different spirituality, different race. It doesn't matter. It can still apply. And if you have music like that, I think you don't even got to worry about it. It's no longevity you'll ever have to worry about with music like that, because it's going to last for a lifetime.
Factual. Because it's real, and it's a word I'm looking for, but I've been thinking about this word since we started. And I always, it's something similar to relatable, but I keep forgetting what the word is.
You gonna think about it after.
It's like relatable. You know what I'm saying? It's to say for lack of a better term. I'm over here trying to be political. I told you don't be politically correct. I'm trying to be political. Let me stop trying to be man. Yeah, okay.
So, what would you say your favorite song on the project is?
Here we go with these questions. My favorite song. For some reason, I don't like doing favorites or top fives or top. I hate that.
Okay, so what was the song that gave you the most difficult time putting together?
I like that question better. Way better. I think it might have been Till I'm Gone, because it was like crunch time at that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, is this gonna make it? I'm gonna have to go back and find this other song, remix it, but then it's not gonna be fitting with it's in the sequence. I'm gonna have to rearrange something else. So that was the most like
difficult song to work with or put together.
Not necessarily put together, but just like make sure that it was executed. You know what I'm saying?
Executed properly. It sound right with everything else.
And I wanted it to be to where I still kept them authentic to their sound and the way that they voices and they tone sound. So people be like, that's D, that's K. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that one would probably be, you know, the more challenging one that I had.
Okay, I got another one. What's the oldest song on the project? Like, what's the first song that you recorded, if you could remember?
Damn, okay. It's mic check, maintain. Till I'm gone, need I say more?
On 2, subliminal.
On 2 might be. No, I did On 2 in 2020. I think On 2, it's between On 2 and Not My Concern. I can't remember which one came first.
And what was you already said that one. You said the last one that you did was Till I'm Gone. Yeah, so what's next?
Well, next. why you laughing?
It was the well and deep breath.
Nah, well, you see, this right here, I'm probably gonna take a step back and do more production, more filming, more writing.
Man, the filming on 2 though. When I first saw that video, I was like,
that's
man,
that guy.
I was like, hold on.
He filmed that.
And
captured that for me.
The video with y'all 3 with the Yarders. Man, that one was hard. That was hard. I was watching that. I'm like, man.
Good looking. That's where my focus is going. Like this upcoming year, 2023 and everything.
Production.
My focus is more so on production. I want to get into like TV and film.
I definitely see you doing that.
Focusing on the Yarders. A lot of people don't know, like, they see me doing this, like thinking I'm just learning this. When I first got out of high school and went to try to go to college or whatever the case, my major was digital media arts. So it was filming, it was music, it was art, it was, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
Mixture of everything.
That's why, the Remedy Yard is a production company. We do clothes,
let them know,
photography, videography, write, record, mixing, engineering,
lighting, event
all
planning,
that.
catering.
So, yeah, event planning, catering. She get down.
Man,
Lenee Caters. Shout out to my mama, man. The Remedy Yard events. All of that. Like I look to push that forward.
Yeah.
That's what's next.
I think it's most definitely time. Man, that must sound crazy saying it's gonna be 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even the way they had these movies. I ain't even know I was gonna be able to graduate high school. But it's 2023.
But yeah,
2023. So it's been 10 years since you dropped Boombox, which was your first album. How do you feel listening back to that album now that it's been 10 years and listening to your music now versus music then?
I'll be listening to the music then, like, what was I on? Like, for real, like,
bro,
like, what was I on? Because it's a lot of stuff that I'm talking about back then that applies to today still. You know what I'm saying? So like that go back to the longevity
and the timeless music too.
Yeah, it's just like back then though, it was just raw. I wasn't caring about the bass clashing, none of that. It was just like my raw expression. You know what I'm saying? It was just very raw, very unprocessed. Like the homie Y Dizzle say, no artificial flavors, no preservatives.
What was your inspiration when you did that project? Or was it any inspiration, or was it just like, this is me, my love for music,
you know what
just
it was?
Put a project out?
Because it was me at that time. It was like, I'm gonna prove I could do an album, and I'm gonna prove to myself I could do an album. And I was doing songs. Shout out to Nehru, the House of Rules. That's when I was over there off Broadway. I used to be in the garage all day, every day. I go to school, come home, the bullshit. I wouldn't even go home sometimes. I go straight to the garage. He had the studio in the garage. And my thing was like, I could do an album. And by the grace of God, Sir Jinx had came over there, and he was in the midst of helping Pops. But I was playing songs, and he'd come back there, and he'd be like, "Who's that, yeah?" I'm like, "That's me." Wait, you on there? Like, yeah. And then he just reached out, and we started. Yeah. So basically, like with Boombox, like House of Rules, shout out to Nehru. Nehru opened up his spot, for me to work out of. I would come straight from school, hit the House of Rules, and I was in there like I could make an album. Like I was saying, Sir Jinx was there working with Pops one day, and I was playing records, and he happened to hear something like, "Yeah, who was that?" I'm like, "That's me." He's like, "That's you," and he offered to help. So that's how I start getting knowledgeable about like putting music out. I was like, how you get music on iTunes? How you do all that? And Sir Jinx helped me put the album out the first time. Originally, December 11th, 2012, which is the anniversary, It's the 10th anniversary, 20th. Ooh, yeah, God willing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the 10th anniversary, so yeah, Sir G's helped me put it out, and then I put it out a year later with 6 more songs on it, which featured Miss Toy, Rapid Forte, JT from In Too Deep, and the homie Doobie Smokes and Black Ass KK. So them was like the 6 bonus songs on there, which made it 19. And then I took it all down, and we here today. I remixed it, remastered, and it's up and ready for y'all to listen to. Tap in. If you ain't heard it 10 years ago, go listen to it now.
So what do you think is the different sound from 10 years ago to remixing and mastering it now?
I think back then, like I said, it was just me being like raw in my expression. Now I went back in with a more so knowledgeable approach, knowing, okay, how can I fix this bass and this bass and this 808 clashing? Okay, I could roll some of the bottom off the bass line and let the 808 hit where it's supposed to hit and the bass line hit where it's supposed to hit. I didn't do too much alteration because those that had that album, I wanted it to still feel like the album.
Yeah.
So the overproduction on some of them songs is still that because that was me at that time. I just enhanced the sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the difference. That's the main
just
difference.
Making it sound a little bit better. You know, it's all this updated
more
sound
clarity
systems and all this now. So it's probably gonna sound a little bit better played on your speakers versus how it sounded 10 years ago.
Yeah, more clarity and it's mastered to where it fits with today's mastering level. You know, so all that.
So I'm gonna talk about one of the songs on that album, which was "Fall for Your Type." Do you still feel like you fall for the wrong type?
Here and there, I'll be having my moments where it'd be like sometimes it feel like a desperate moment. Sometimes I just be like, "You my sister." I can't really say all that, but yeah, sometimes. But I haven't really had no like real situation since the person that I was talking about in that show. And that was like 2009. So
that would have been what?
I ain't had no so-called serious thing since then.
That's a long time to not be in a serious relationship.
It definitely is. But I've been in a serious relationship with focus and perseverance and, persistence and,
And I think if more of us got in a serious relationship with that, we'd be a lot further because,
well, yeah. But
too many people spending time worried about things that's not their concern. And
it's definitely work, though. A lot of people not willing to do the work,
Definitely is
the self-work and, a lot of people have a issue with holding themselves accountable, you know?
Accountability.
So
I think that's definitely in the top 5 of just everybody. Something that everybody should work on.
Working on
accountability. More accountable you can be, the more you can analyze and correct yourself. Like, all right, what am I doing wrong here? Even when you probably was listening to your music, like, all right, what did I do wrong in this project that I do now in my music that I wasn't doing back then?
That's part of the reason why I took the majority of my music off of streaming platforms and all that. For one, to make sure that I had full control and ownership over my records and what I was putting out. For two, to make things sound better. You know what I'm saying? To a level where I felt like it was a success, or I executed it well, or it was easily listenable to the consumer, and it's not like, damn, that background's high, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I was just, it's just like embellishment, little enhancements here and there. So that's what I plan on doing. Most like definitely. All the music that I did put out, I'm gonna re-release, and it's just gonna make it sound a little.
So you planning to re-release everything that you put out?
The majority of the stuff that I previously released, I plan on re-releasing it. I might not announce it, but you
just might take it down, remix and master. Yeah,
the only things that didn't come down was Virgo Season 2, Virgo Season 3, Goals, Merlot, and Goals, Merlot. And I think that was it. Yeah, them stayed up there, but everything else came down.
Sad when Subliminal came down.
Subliminal was still up there.
It had came down though when I had looked for it.
I didn't put it out until. No, you had the original Subliminal.
I mean, not Subliminal. Why I say Subliminal?
What song are you talking about?
I'm talking about
It's off a project or it was a single?
It's a single.
No Regrets?
No, not No Regrets.
Oh no, that's on Virgo Season.
Standoffish. I don't know.
Oh, Standoffish. Yeah, Standoffish is on a project.
It is on a project?
It's on a Red project, Remembering Euphoric Days.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that song. That's crazy. But yeah. But see, it's songs like that where
that's one of those songs.
It's introspective and it's like sometimes I don't be realizing it be for me, and I know it's for
that
me.
Song was for me.
But I put it out, and then people, when I be out, people be like, "Man, that what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, damn, I didn't even realize."
Plenty times that I done had bad days. I'm like, just play this one song, just get me through where I'm going, for I don't spaz out on nobody, and people won't think I'm acting weird when I get there. That's just one of them songs I play. Let me play this song before I walk up in here.
Yeah, so that's I feel like that's one of my favorite projects, and I know I said I don't like doing favorites, but that was like that was a that was raw and just like raw expression. I love being raw in my expression.
Authentic goes a long way.
Yeah, that part.
Advice to people. It goes a long way. You could tell when people aren't being genuine. I don't think a lot of people understand that we can see when you're not being genuine. In the music, yeah, I've been turning off a lot of people's music lately. It's just it ain't been hitting. But when I play your music, it's something that I want to play back again. Even not even with the bias of you being my brother, just this something that I can relate to and something that I can apply to what I'm going through or something that I've been through. And that's something that I think everybody could appreciate about listening to your music, whether they like rap, whether they like West Coast music, whether they like the beats, the bass, any of that. I think that that's something that you gonna go far with that. I feel like you already been far. I mean, look, we got a nice setup. You got your logos in the back. Man, I remember you ain't even have a logo. You had a drawing.
Shout out to Big Six. Shout out to Danielle Art Matters. You know,
she did my logo too. Yeah, shouts out to her. So, how do you feel about artists using Compton or claiming that they're from Compton or that they were born in Compton to boost their career or boost their street cred, whatever they want to boost? I don't know, just saying that they're from Compton. How do you feel about that? Being that you're actually connected to Compton directly and you've actually been around that area and you know a lot of people from Compton and you got parents that are from Compton. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's not. I mean, it's really not my concern. No pun intended. But I go into it like that go for anywhere. Like anywhere. For me, for instance, I can only speak for me. Like that's why I be authentic with it. I say IE Baby Hub City raised me. I was born in IE, but the first thing I knew was Granny House. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what Fontana was until we moved back out there. Just so happened, you know. I didn't know that's until later I found that out. But anybody claiming anywhere that they don't frequent or they haven't even stepped foot or they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to the forefront because you're gonna be faced with a time where you're gonna come across some real individuals and your coattail gonna get pulled, or you're gonna have to, you know, your report card gonna get pulled up, or you know, it's just like who are you? You know, it's me.
What school did you go to?
Sometimes they be tripping me out because it be people that know me, and I be forgetting like, damn. Or it be sometimes it be like, nigga pull me to the side like, hey, ooh, I'm like, I ain't even know nigga knew me like that. But sometimes it be like, nigga might not know me. Like, who is that? They be like, oh, that's Boom. Okay, cool. So it's you know, I don't feel like I've ever been one to just be like, yeah, Compton.
Yeah,
and it's not authentic to me, you know what I'm saying? Like to people that I can't do that. Like I say, my story is you gotta tell both sides. You gotta tell the Fontana side and then you gotta tell the Compton side, because them is both major parts I spend most of my time. So yeah, stop the cap.
Yeah.
And I don't even like saying that.
Stop the cap, for real. Are you going to be dropping any more projects in 2023 or think you just going to fully take a step back, or do you have any projects planned?
I probably got that I could think of right now that I'm actually going to put up. I have one EP. It's produced by my boy Monfort, straight out of France.
Oh. Yeah. That's different right there. That'd be international.
Yeah, he tapped in with me through the homie Alpha, because we had me and Pops had did some verses on their project. It's called Play Ball, the Play Ball EP. Alpha and Monfort reached out to me, sent me a few beats, and I put together an EP, you know, and he producing, he did all the beats, and he doing the mixing on that. So be on the lookout for that. It's called I would tell y'all, but y'all probably try to steal it. But no, it'll be out. It'll be out 2023, probably early spring. That's probably the only thing like solo Boomerdidit type that's gonna be coming out. Other than that, like I said, I'm still behind the scenes. We got L7 Hayes, Crucial Asset, YN, the Yarders. That's what I'm focused on. And whatever any if the opportunity presents itself and makes sense, then okay, cool. But for the most part,
gotta make sense.
second to none, the Yarders.
Second to none, the Yarders. Y'all heard it. Be out on the lookout. 2023, second to none, the Yarders. He gonna be behind the camera. You might get some more of these podcasts. I don't know. We might get a whole talk show going. I don't know what we might
step into the yard.
We might step into the yard, and I think y'all done stepped into the yard in this interview. And got anything else you want to say? I think I pretty much covered all the questions I had.
I mean, love, peace, and power. Appreciate all y'all tapped in, tuned in, in tune with Boom. All y'all that's just now getting in tune, and those of y'all that have been in tune from the jump, I appreciate that. Much love, peace, and power. Man, we're going to keep pushing it forward and look forward to growing and building and continue to build. And, man.
Need I say more?
That part right there. That's why I love my sister. All right.